Hello folks, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody is keeping well, and today is a first ride review on this new for 2025. It is Honda's CB1000 Hornet, and according to the PR machine from Honda, this has more sting than ever. But is it a case of a lot of bling but not too much sting? Well, we're going to find out today when we jump on the Honda, take it out for a ride, and I'll give you my first ride review and impressions. But before we do any of that, let's roll the intro. Welcome back folks. So today you find me out and about on what is a glorious day, and I am on Honda's CB1000 Hornet. Before we get on with the first ride review, let's just very quickly talk about the family of Honda's Hornet. So I think the first Hornet was a 600. That was back in the 1990s. I think that one first came out. And then we had the Hornet 900, and then sort of Honda went into that sort of neo cafe CB1000 kind of thing. And then back in 2023 the Hornet name was revived, and then we had the Hornet 750, CB750, and then 2024 we had the 500 Hornet, and now in 2025 we have the CB1000 Hornet. Well, I think that this bike originally was shown at the EICMA show back in 2023, but for whatever reason it was supposed to be launched in 24, but that was delayed. Don't know why. Comments down below please. And then they've launched it several months ago, 2025. Before we go any further though, I'm just going to say days don't get much better than this. Blue sky, sun, and the forecast is for it to go up to a whopping 28 degrees. So back in the day, sports bikes kind of ruled the roost, and then I think the general motorcycling population just sort of fell out of love with the sports bikes, dropped handlebars, uncomfortable, and all that kind of stuff. They were getting very expensive, very powerful, and people had had enough of being crouched over and being uncomfortable. So we've seen adventure bikes take hold of the market, and now we've got these kind of bikes, the naked bikes, super naked bikes, which let's face it folks, they're comfortable, they've got more than enough power to put a smile on your face, and they are cheaper than sports bikes. So they are a very popular machine, and you can see why all the manufacturers are producing these bikes, so the likes of you and I, the general motorcycling public, can have fun on two wheels and it won't cost us too much money. At the heart of the Hornet lies a Fireblade engine from 2017. Now, I am not a stranger to the Fireblade. I used to own a Repsol Fireblade. I think it was back in 2014, 2013. If I've got a picture, I'll put it up here. So I know a little bit about the Fireblade engine, and the Fireblade engine in the 25 Hornet is basically the heart of the bike. So they've taken quite cleverly actually, because I think it's safe to say that sports bikes on the road with 200 odd horsepower, come on folks, there's really no need for that kind of thing now, and they're all about 20 grand and that kind of stuff, so really expensive, and basically I don't think anybody wants them, and I think that's why the sales have plummeted. Too expensive, too much power, too complicated, and the people don't want to be uncomfortable leaning forward, stiff neck, stiff wrists, aching wrists when they're going to go away weekend touring and that kind of thing. And I've been on the bike now for a couple of hours, and it is very smooth, just like what I remember when I had my Fireblade engine. my Fireblade engine, my Fireblade, yeah, really nice and smooth. And right off the bat, first ride review, would I buy one? Yes, I would, basically, if you're wondering that. But yeah, so spoiler alert, yes, I would buy one if I was in the market for something like this at this price. More of that a little bit later on. The 2017 Fireblade, it pumped out like 189 horsepower back in the day, and what they've done is they've obviously tweaked it, detuned it. So two models of the Hornet. We have the, let's just call it the base model, and that's going to set you back, busy day for bikes today, 9,099 of your hard-earned pounds here in the UK, a little bit cheaper in Jersey. And it comes in a choice of 3 colours. I'm going to put them up here. So you have white, you have grey, and that grey has got that sort of matte finish, and then you have this one red, which is a nice gloss finish like tanks and paintwork used to be back in the day, and I think it looks really smart. And you're getting 150 finest horsepowers from that 1000cc engine, and I think it was 105 newton meters of torque, and nice and smooth, folks. You don't need any more power than that, certainly not on the public highway. Really creamy and smooth. And then if you want to go and spend about £1,000 more, oh, that's closed. If you want to go and spend £1,000 more, I'll tell you what, let's just test the turning circle then, shall we? So nothing behind me, and let's just test the low speed handling. Yeah, the lock is pretty good actually. Yeah, the lock is good. And slow speed handling, very nice. So if you want to go and spend another £1,000 more, we've all seen it, you can get the SP model. I guess that stands for special. That's the black one with the gold blingy wheels, and for the extra £1,000 you're getting Brembo Stylema brakes, and you're getting a Olin shock at the rear, and you're getting the same forks as on this base model. And then what else are you getting? You are getting you're getting a few more horsepower from the engine, courtesy of the RC exhaust. So there's a valve in the exhaust which at certain revs, I'll put it up here how many revs it then opens up, and then gives you another 5 horsepower. So the SP version, £1,000 more, gives you a 5 horsepower more, 155 horsepower, and a couple of newton meters more as well. So if the blingy bling thing with some sting is your kind of thing, then have a look at the SP model. But today we're talking about the base model, and from what I've read online, some of the testers actually say that the base model, the suspension is a little bit softer, although I think the forks are the same. Maybe they're just obviously referring to the rear suspension. They say that the standard suspension on the base model, bit gravelly, makes for a better ride. So it's something to bear in mind if you're not too fussed about the looks. I actually think that the look of the standard bike, again we'll do a nice little montage of video up here as we ride along, I think it's a good looking bike actually. The Fireblade engine in this Hornet is very nice. I should have said that the SP also comes with a quick shifter, and the bike that I'm riding, the demo bike, it's actually got the, I think it's the sports pack, more of that and a little bit later on, and I'm not sure whether that comes with a quick shifter, but I put something up here. And the demo bike comes with the SC Project exhaust as well. Everybody else is out for a run. So there's a few extra bits on this one, and it's like I say, it's got the quick shifter and the SC Project exhaust on it. But the star of the show for me is that detuned Fireblade engine. And like I say, I've had a Fireblade before. I've taken it on many a racetrack for the weekend kind of thing over a couple of days, and had a real good time on it, even down in Nagaro down there for a couple of days on track. And yeah, the Fireblade engine was enough for me. So this Fireblade engine is, you get to about 5,000 and then it sort of just wants to go a little bit more, and it's very nice, but low down revs. So obviously they've retuned the engine, but low down revs, let's go into 4th gear. No, let's go 5th. In fact, let's go 6th gear, shall we? Go as slow as we can, 14 miles an hour. And there we go, just roll on the throttle. Doesn't chug, doesn't put up a fight, just rolls on nice and smoothly. so it's got lots of torque. So that's the beauty of these engines and these bikes, is that it's real world. Don't have to change, go up and down the gears, because it's a nice spread of torque from low down. You can just be lazy with the throttle, leave it in a high gear, and away you go. It's got a slipper clutch. Not that you'd be using it much, I wouldn't have thought, unless you're a mad rider. And this one has got the quick shifter. I have found with the optional quick shifter on this, below kind of 4,000 revs, there's a bit of a pause to it, and then you get sort of above 4, then it slots in nicely. But below 4,000 revs going up, it is a little bit lurchy, but it's fine at low revs. Going down, but must remember to de-throttle as well. But above 4,000, nice and smooth. You can go into the menu, and there are 3 settings for the pressure that you apply to the gear shift. I think it's soft, medium and hard. So yeah, that's just adjust the pressure sensitivity. I think this is set to, can't remember what this is set to. I think it's set to soft, actually. I'll put it up here what it's set to. But there's enough go in the engine to excite you, and you could even take it on the track if you wanted to. Have a bit of fun on the track. I mean, it's just a beautiful day today. Turns in really nicely. Just careful of the tractor. So it's a real world engine for real world riding, basically. And I think, yeah, as I said before, I think sports bikes are dead. And a combination of clutchless going up the box and using the clutch coming down the box, it's nice and smooth. It's a lovely smooth engine. A little bit of vibes through the handlebars, the bum and the foot pegs, but nothing annoying. You can just feel the power of the engine there. Yeah, it's all good, actually. It's all good. And I guess at motorway speeds, you're going to be nice and comfortable at those kind of speeds, as they say. But it turns in really well. I think it's Bridgestone Battle Axe tyres. Let's just quickly start from the front. I don't want to bore everybody, but it's a nice handling bike. I haven't played around with the suspension, so started from the front then. The rubber that it's got on the bike, it's a Bridgestone Battle Axe Hypersport tyres. This bike's done about 180 miles down the box. Nice. It's a rough surface, and the suspension's coping with it nicely. Down the box again, into first gear, third gear, first gear, third gear. And the brakes are nice. People say I use the word nice a lot, and I do. I'm sorry about that, folks. So the tyres are more than adequate for this machine. The brakes, you've got Nissin calipers, radial calipers on the front, and Nissin caliper on the back. And the brakes are damned good. Here we go, there's nothing behind me. Get out of that trench, jump on the brakes, not too much dive on the forks, and they will stop you, no problems whatsoever. So moving up the forks then, let's come to the lights. The DRL's on the bike, and all the lights are LED, and this bike has got that little sort of smoke screen bikini fairing, or whatever you want to call it. I think that comes with the sports pack. If I've got that wrong, I will correct myself. And what else is there? Yeah, so moving up then, we'll talk about the electronics very shortly, and the suspension. So we've got the big piston forks at the front, which are fully adjustable if you know what you're doing. If not, leave them well alone. And then at the back, we've got adjustments for preload. I think you've got to get your spanner out and put your hand in there and scrape your knuckles. And rebound, again, if I've got that wrong, I will suitably amend it. So that's the suspension. Switchgear wise then, it's the typical horn and indicator is the incorrect way around for normal riders, but you'll get used to that. Other than that, everything's nicely laid out, and you've got the main jockey joystick here on the left hand side. That is backlit as well for nighttime riding, and that's how you access the menu on the 5-inch TFT screen. And there you can see we're in 5th gear now, 20 mile an hour limit, and it's not chugging, it's not shaking the bars, it's more than happy with the low speed. So this is a bike you can use for basically anything. I've been riding it, starting doing the videoing for a few hours now. Firm seat, comfortable, and the riding position is fine. I can flat foot it, nice reach to the bar, slightly leaning forward, but I haven't got any achy wrists at all, unlike sports bikes, my Fireblade from back in the day. Seat height, what is it? I think it's 809 millimeters, but yeah, I can flat foot it. I'll put a video thing up here of me on the bike. Very easy to move around, and the steering lock on it is very good as well for this kind of bike. I used to have a KTM 890R Duke, and the steering lock on that was not very good. But the gearbox, nice and smooth, using the clutch up and down. A little bit of a clunk when it goes into first sometimes. Easy to find neutral. It's very nice. It's all good. Yep, so we like the engine. It's got plenty of life in it. It's got plenty of go in it. And we'll talk about the electrics, I guess, now. So 5-inch TFT, and you've got a mode button here. So you've got 3 preset rider modes. You've got sport, standard, and rain, and then user 1, user 2, and you basically dethrottle, and then you've got a rain, user 1, user 2, and then standard, and then sport. And then there's a little picture up here on the left which changes and gives you a pictorial representation of what mode you're in. Very easy to use, just remember to dethrottle. User 1, user 2, you can change the power of the engine braking, and traction control. But with the traction control, if you turn it off because you want to pop the old wheelies, then that's all well and good. But sadly, Honda, when you turn the ignition off, back on again, it will then default the traction control in user 1, user 2 to level 2 out of 3. And the higher the number, the higher the thing that you're talking about. So level 3 would be full power on the power bit, level 3 on the engine braking, full engine braking, and then level 3 on the traction control or torque control is full intervention, shall we say, or most intervention. In relation to finding your way around the settings, pretty easy to do. Sit down and read the manual, just play with it. And you've got 3 different displays. I think this is the standard screen, and then you can have less information on the screen, but I quite like this screen. And you can just put on here what you want, and I've just arranged it so I've got mileage remaining in the tank, and then the total mileage of the bike. So it's done 210 miles, and I've got 51 miles remaining before I have to push it. And that leads us nicely onto the tank size. So 17 litres of your finest juice to put in the tank, and that will give you 48 miles to the gallon, and that will give you a range, official range, of about 180 miles before you've got to push it. So yeah, just sit down and read the manual, and then you can play around with the screen and set things as you want to. I think the engine braking on this, I can't say I really notice it, but I'm sure it makes a difference. Certainly the rain mode makes a massive difference. Let's show you that then. So let's just pop it into rain mode. Little picture of the rain, and it comes up rain on the bottom, and then just open it up. So there is a difference in the throttle response. I just leave it in sport mode myself, or go to user mode and then turn the traction control off on the non-public highway, and then go and pop a few wheelies, but not in public, obviously. So let's put it back into sport mode, dethrottle, and then user 1, user 2, and that's in standard, and that's now in sport. Nothing behind me. So the TFT, very easy to use, and lots of stuff in there, but that would be a video for a separate day. So is there anything else to say about that? This has got the quick shifter, so you can set the sensitivity of the pressure on the quick shifter on the gear shift pedal. Like I said, I think this is on soft, or you can just switch the quick shifter off in the menu settings. And then coming back, switchgear, it's all fine. We've got the, like I've already said, we've got the indicator and the horn are the wrong way round, so if you're not used to Honda, you're going to end up beeping somebody when you want to turn and that kind of thing. Handlebars, nice width, just leaning slightly forward, but it's not uncomfortable at all. I'm 5'9". I think I'm a 32-inch leg or something like that, and yeah, it is nice and comfortable for myself, and you just feel a little bit of vibration. Yeah, at about 5,000 through the bum, but it's nothing uncomfortable at all, really. It just means the bike's coming alive, a little bit of character. It's a nice dash, I like it, and you can go dark screen, light screen, or leave it in auto, and it will adjust according to the ambient light around you. The riding position for me at 5'9" is nice and comfy. You could have hours on this, absolutely no problem at all, with the 180 miles range before you have to push it. Under the seat is where the fuses are, and then this has got the seat cowl at the back there, so put the key in there, undo it. That gives you access to the toolkit, the documents thing, which is not in there at the moment, and there's a bit of a bungee strap to keep things strapped down, and then you've got access to the USB-C port in the back there, as you can see here, and there goes my hand, my fist in the under the pillion seat and the storage compartment there. Certainly think you could put a plug and go puncture repair kit in there, no problem at all, and or a set of waterproofs, lightweight waterproofs will go in there. So that's under the seat. The exhaust is very nice, Euro 5 plus compliant, as all these bikes are now, and I think it sounds sweet actually. More than enough power, and the brakes are bloody good actually. The brakes are very good. It's a nice comfortable machine, so if you've got one of these on order, good job folks, whether that be the standard or the SP. But like I said before, some of the reviews say that with the SP model, with the TTX Öhlins rear shock, it's a bit firm and they find the ride a bit firm, so you might want to go with the standard model. I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with this, unless you want the black one or the dark grey one with the gold wheels, and that comes with the quick shifter as well, obviously, as part of the £1,000 extra. What else is there to say? I don't think there's much else to say really. You can get the Honda app, you can listen to the music, Bluetooth with your headset, make phone calls and all that normal stuff you can do, but as far as the CB1000 Hornet goes, gotta say, you can sort of just tuck into it, get into Street Fighter mode, and really, oh man, yeah, really give it some. It's bloody good actually, really give it some. Yeah, and there we go, 30 mile an hour speed limit too. Just curtail the enjoyment. But the Hornet, 1000cc, 150 horsepower, 100 and however many newton meters of torque, it will just pull you along, third gear, no problem at all. So it really is a nice, usable, real world machine. I think it looks good. But yeah, everybody's got their views on looks. Some people will like the looks of this, some won't. Down the box, into first without the clutch, nice. Turns in really well. Oh yeah, get to 5,000 and that exhaust just changes. Talking of exhaust here, so we've got the SC Project exhaust on here. The standard can, 17 litres, can you believe it? No, 7.1 litres, it's the exhaust, and that just looks crap. Yeah, the standard can, yeah, not a lover of that. So I think that's, I'm going to say I think I've covered everything. I'm just going to go back to what it hasn't got. So what it hasn't got is, and you can get lots of extras for this, different packs. I'll put them up here. You can get different packs. but what it hasn't got is a 12 volt supply. So if you've got a GPS you want to put on your handlebars, there's nothing to plug it into. But obviously you can get one from a third party, or just USB-C it under the seat and plug it into the back. Self-cancelling indicators, hasn't got those. Is it a big deal? No, not a problem with that. It hasn't got an IMU, no 6-axis IMU, so no lean sensitive stuff from the ABS or the traction control. But again, that's all in the price point, isn't it, of 9099 for this model. So obviously at some point they have to cut back on stuff to bring it in at a certain price point, and that's what they've done. So there is no lean sensitive ABS and traction control. It says there is an anti-wheelie system, but that's kind of, I'm going to say, and I don't know for sure, I think it's a poor man's anti-wheelie. It's just part of the traction or the torque control system. I had it on my Africa Twin. And it just measures the wheel speed, so you pop the wheel in the air, and when it senses the front wheel slowing down, I guess it then just cuts the power to the bike. That's what my Africa Twin used to do. So it says anti-wheelie, but there's no specific anti-wheelie in the systems or in the settings, because there is no 6-axis IMU. It hasn't got, although it's all ride-by-wire throttle, let's go down this way. Although it's ride-by-wire throttle, it has not got a cruise control on it, which I've got to say is a shame actually. Cruise control would have been nice, because I think this is a bike you can spend many hours on touring A to B, nice twisty roads. It's a comfortable bike to be on. And in relation to the wind blast, there's got this little screen on the front at motorway speeds. I don't think you're going to have too much of a problem. It's kind of nice, clean air, but I guess it all depends on what helmet you've got on as well, whether you're going to get a lot of buffet. Dual carriageway speeds, motorway speeds, I suspect it's going to be fine, and I'll say no more than that. There was something else it hasn't got. I'm not sure if I said it, but the weight of the machine is 211 kilos. That's the curbside weight, and I've got to say, you don't really feel the weight. It's not a heavy bike. It's a nice bike, so you should have no problems moving it around. And obviously there's no centre stand, and the side stand, I just found it a little bit on the short side, the actual side stand itself, so got to look down and just look for the side stand. But yeah, it just feels a little bit on the short side. Now in relation to running in period, 300 miles without going nuts on the bike, then take it in for a service at 600 miles, and then it's every 8,000 miles thereafter. So pretty good service intervals, 8,000 miles. I think we touched on the accessories. Yeah, lots of accessories you can get. Just a shame they haven't got that 12 volt socket that you could put down here somewhere, which is a shame. You've got GPS stuff, or you want to put your phone on there, but there we go. And really the only other thing to talk about is fit and finish and that kind of thing. I think the fit and finish is really nice. There we go, 4th gear, lots of torque, just turns in really nicely, beautiful, and pulls very low, 3rd gear. Yeah, it's just what you want on a bike. You can be lazy with it. Fit and finish, having had a look around it, for the price point, I think is kind of your typical Honda really. So the fit and finish is fine, shouldn't be a problem there. I'm going to say twin spar frame is connected to the subframe, so the subframe is not separate. So if you have a bit of a whoopsie and off and you bend the subframe, yeah, it's not separate, so it's all welded together. So yeah, again, that's all, I guess, bringing the cost down. I think my Fireblade had a separate subframe. Warranty wise, 2 years you're going to get standard, but as of I think March, April, Honda have just brought out a warranty system where if you get it serviced at your authorised Honda dealer, then the warranty renews automatically. So as well as your 2-year standard warranty, then it just resets the warranty for another year, and you can do that 4 times. So standard 2 years plus an extra 4 years warranty provided you get it serviced. So that's a pretty good deal, and I think you get 2 years roadside recovery as well. Would I buy one? Yeah, I think I said earlier on in the video, yeah, I'd get one of these. This or an MT-09, well, I don't know, MT09 Special. Ooh, not sure. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna yeah, I don't have to make that decision, fortunately. You know, which group is it in? MT09 definitely. Triumph 765, yeah, that's got to be all kind of similar price point. The Kawasaki Z900, again, I've got kind of slotted these all in the similar price band between £9,000 and £10,000. And then Suzuki's GSX I think it is 1000. You've got a lot of choice out there. Nobody makes a naff bike anymore, do they? So I think you just got to go, I like the look of that one, that's within my budget. Happy days, away we go. But let's go and find some twisty bits and have a little bit of fun. Wahaha. Well folks, I think I can safely say that the SC Project exhaust does sound really good. The Honda CB1000 Hornet, as we make our way back to Inmotion, my Honda dealer, it's a cracking bike and you're going to have lots of fun on it. So if you've got your name down on this and you're waiting for your bike to come, then no doubt you're looking at all the YouTube videos, and I think you have made a really good choice. This thing can just ride around in the low revs, low miles an hour, high gear, and the torque will just pull you through nicely. And then if you want to have a bit of red mist and go quickly where you can, then it's going to tick a lot of boxes. So it's a bike that you can ride slowly on and ride progressively on, shall we say. It's very, very good. They've done for that price point, they've done a great job. Brakes are great. The only thing I would kind of say would be the rear shock, when you start to push it, just gets a little bit twitchy, but I haven't changed any of the settings, so maybe you could dial that twitchiness out. But Honda, you have done a really good job. Nice smooth engine, pulls well, got a little bit of vibe, about 5,000 revs, and then you get to 8 and bosh, it is gone with that 150 horsepower. So good machine, Honda. Anyway, now let's go to Inmotion. There we go, nothing behind, plenty of go. So that is quick, that really is quick. And back down again on the brakes, awesome. And it has got the in relation to emergency braking, so if you have to brake really quickly, it's got sensors that sense you're doing that, and I think it just activates all the hazard lights as well. Is that called ESS, emergency stop system, or something like that? Here we go then, my final thoughts on the CB1000 Hornet. For this price, 9099, the standard model, it's a damned good machine, I have to say. It seems to be put together very well. Obviously they built it to a price point, but it's a really good machine. It goes well. That 150 horsepower 2017 Fireblade engine has got more than enough go. Get to 5,000, you get a bit of a tingling through the seat, the bars and the foot pegs, because it wants to go, and then keep winding the power on, you get to 7 and a bit and boof, it's gone, and it brings you lots of giggle stuff to your face. Yeah, really good, very impressive. I forgot how smooth the 4-cylinders are, because I don't really ride them much these days. But plenty of torque from this, from low down, even in a high gear, and it's got plenty of go. So if you want an all-round bike, you could even go and do a track day on it. This would be the bike to go for. Certainly you wouldn't have any problems doing that whatsoever. And if you want to go do a bit of weekend touring, etc., yeah, you can go and do that. Tank bags, put a bag on the seat at the back there, rucksack, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a comfortable machine. Everything is kind of typical Honda. Their bikes used to be kind of bland and boring, dare I say it, but yeah, this is a nice machine that will appeal to a lot of people. And obviously if you're waiting for the delivery of your new machine, then you are a very lucky person. That's all I can say. Those of you who want to spend another £1,000 to get the blingy SP model with the Öhlins rear suspension, Stylema front calipers, and what else? You get quick shifter. Then yeah, that's a nice looking machine. I do like that colourway. My GS is black with gold wheels, so I'm a bit of a sucker for that sort of blingy stuff. And both this one and the SP model certainly have got enough sting in the tail. As I said, I have heard on the old internet that the TT Öhlins shot is a little bit on the firm side, but you're going to be, I would imagine you're going to be taking the bike to the track and doing some track days on that. So you might want to just stick with the standard models, slightly softer rear end. Yeah, and I guess it will cope with the track day, but it'll be a little bit twitchy maybe. But a really good bike. Overall, it gets a double thumbs up from me. I really like it. Good warranty, extendable to for another 4 years, so 6 years in total. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, as I say, nobody makes a bad bike these days. They're all good. Phil 21 again. So just arriving then back at Inmotion. If I was going to get one of these, what spec would I put on it? Well, I'd more than likely put the quick shifter on, heated grips, possibly the exhaust as well, and I'll kind of leave it at that really until I'd spend a bit more time with the bike. But definitely put the heated grips on, quick shifter, and yeah, possibly the exhaust as well. I think the exhaust is a little bit cheaper than the exhaust for the SP because of that RC valve, which gives the SP another 5 horsepower. But here we are then back at Inmotion. Thanks so much guys for letting me take the bike out. Very nice machine. Side stand, it's under there somewhere. Find the peg. There we go. It's a bit of a short side stand as we said earlier, but what a nice machine. And folks, that has been Honda's 2025 CB1000 Hornet. Very nice. And thanks to the guys at Inmotion. Take care, cheerio, comments down below. See you again soon. Bye. Nice bike.